Pittsburgh Steelers are moving forward with Mason Rudolph as their starting quarterback. At least that's what the expectation is to start preparation for Week 17 against the Seattle Seahawks. Head coach Mike Tomlin confirmed that the team is approaching this week, much like they did last week, with Mason Rudolph getting the ball and seeing where Kenny Pickett ends up. Now, that being said, Mike Tomlin was asked a number of times if Kenny Pickett could start if he returns and is cleared in time for the game. Every time he was asked, he avoided the question by saying that they will not consider hypotheticals at this time. So the expectation is Mason will be the quarterback in Week 17, coming off a game where he threw for 290 yards and 2 touchdowns. George Pickens had a career-best game with 4 catches, 195 yards, and 2 touchdowns, and the offense led the way in a 34-11 victory over the Cincinnati Bengals. The Pittsburgh Steelers' playoff hopes are hanging in the balance. They likely need to win out these last 2 games, and they need to get some help from the rest of the AFC in order to clinch a spot by the end of the regular season. Still, those playoff hopes are alive, and the Steelers, they're just going to try to control what they can control. So, to start the week, the Steelers will practice Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, have a walkthrough Saturday, and then head to Seattle for Sunday's game. They will announce their inactives on Friday. If Kenny Pickett is not on there, we will see what happens. But for right now, the expectation is that Kenny Pickett is not the starting quarterback. He will practice. Mason Rudolph is. He gets the start for a second week. The Steelers are riding the hot hand. They're going to put their faith in Mason Rudolph and see if he could turn a great performance into back-to-back great performances against the Seattle Seahawks. Much more news to come, a situation to follow throughout the week. But for right now, get those Mason Rudolph jerseys ready because he's going to start in Week 17 for the Pittsburgh Steelers.